Have you ever walked into a room full of people, heard the buzz of conversation, laughter echoing in the background, and yet felt utterly alone? It's a strange feeling, isn't it? To be surrounded by life, by energy, and still feel like you're orbiting a different planet. If you've ever felt like this, you're not broken. In fact, it might just mean you're thinking more deeply than most. Today we're going to explore why deep thinkers so often feel like outsiders, and how this quiet alienation has shaped some of the greatest minds in human history. Let's begin. The curse of awareness. Most people go through life focused on what's immediately in front of them. Work, social obligations, entertainment, daily routines, and there's comfort in routine, comfort in distraction. But deep thinkers, they notice the patterns beneath the patterns, the silence behind the noise. They're the ones who lie awake at night wondering if they're living authentically, if their job has meaning, if love is real, if time is even real. This heightened self-awareness, while a gift, can also feel like a curse. The more you observe, the more detached you feel. You start to see the absurdity in social norms, the contradictions in people's behavior, the performative nature of small talk. And suddenly you're not part of the crowd. You're watching it from the outside, wondering if anyone else notices the same cracks in the illusion. History's loneliest minds. If you feel like this, you're in powerful company. Consider Arthur Schopenhauer, the brooding philosopher who believed that human desire was a source of endless suffering. He lived much of his life alone, misunderstood by the intellectual circles of his time. But today, his work is seen as foundational to existential thought. Or Emily Dickinson, the reclusive poet whose writings were infused with emotional and philosophical depth. In her time, she was barely recognized. Her inner world was too rich, too strange, too honest for the society around her. Or Friedrich Nietzsche, whose ideas were so radical that he was dismissed, criticized, and ultimately isolated. He warned us that when you stare too long into the abyss stares back. And yet, it was in that very abyss that he found profound truths about human nature. What do these minds have in common? They all saw too much, felt too deeply, questioned what others took for granted, and society, as it often does, called them strange, melancholic, or mad. Why society fears deep thinkers? There's a reason why philosophers, artists, and visionaries have often been exiled, persecuted, or ignored. Society thrives on order, predictable routines, unquestioned beliefs, shared illusions. Deep thinkers disrupt that order. They ask why when everyone else is content with because. They challenge the status quo, sometimes just by existing. The philosopher Alan Watts once said, "You're under no obligation to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago." That kind of thinking terrifies a system built on stability. So when you question your religion, your culture, your government, or even your own identity, you become a threat. Not because you're wrong, but because you're free. And freedom, real inner freedom, is deeply unsettling to those still clinging to the comfort of conformity. Emotional resilience is a vital aspect of personal development, representing our ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. The journey toward becoming unshakable begins with a deep understanding of our emotional landscape, particularly the role of pain in our lives. Pain, while often perceived as a negative experience, can serve as a powerful catalyst for growth. By acknowledging and integrating our pain, we can transform it into a source of strength, allowing us to emerge more robust and self-aware. This process of integration is essential. It encourages us to confront our struggles rather than avoid them, leading to profound personal insights and a more resilient mindset. Carl Jung, a pioneering figure in psychology, emphasized the importance of facing our inner darkness to achieve wholeness. His insights remind us that emotional challenges are not merely obstacles, but opportunities for self-discovery. Jung believed that by exploring our unconscious mind and understanding the roots of our emotional pain, we can unlock our true potential. This exploration is crucial for developing emotional resilience, as it equips us with the tools to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. As we delve into our inner selves, we begin to recognize patterns and triggers that influence our emotional responses. This awareness empowers us to respond to challenges with greater clarity and strength rather than being overwhelmed by them. The journey toward emotional resilience is not a linear path. It requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. By setting the stage for this exploration, we invite viewers to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. It is through this process that we can uncover our true strength, learning to stand firm in the face of adversity. Ultimately, emotional resilience is about cultivating a mindset that allows us to bounce back from setbacks and emerge stronger than before. By understanding and integrating our pain, guided by the wisdom of thinkers like Carl Jung, we can navigate our emotional challenges with confidence and grace, paving the way for a more fulfilling and resilient life. Many people hold the misconception that external control can shield them from emotional pain, believing that by managing their surroundings or seeking validation from others, they can avoid discomfort. However, true freedom and emotional well-being come from within, not from external sources. Relying on external validation can create a false sense of security, leading us to believe that our worth is contingent upon others' opinions or circumstances. This mindset can trap us in a cycle of seeking approval, leaving us vulnerable to disappointment and emotional turmoil. In reality, emotional pain often serves as a reflection of unresolved internal issues. When we experience discomfort, it is usually a signal that something within us needs attention. Rather than viewing pain as something to be avoided, we should recognize it as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. By confronting our emotional wounds, we can begin to understand their origins and the lessons they hold. This process requires courage and honesty, as it often involves delving into uncomfortable memories and feelings. However, avoiding these wounds only prolongs our suffering and prevents us from achieving true emotional resilience. Encouraging viewers to face their pain rather than sidestepping it is essential for fostering a deeper understanding of themselves. When we confront our wounds, we allow ourselves to heal and integrate those experiences into our lives, transforming pain into wisdom. This journey of self-exploration can lead to profound insights and a greater sense of empowerment. It is important to remember that emotional pain is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a natural part of the human experience. By embracing our pain and acknowledging its role in our lives, we can cultivate a more authentic and fulfilling existence. Ultimately, the path to emotional freedom lies in our ability to look inward, confront our unresolved issues, and embrace the lessons that pain offers. In doing so, we can break free from the chains of external validation and discover the strength that resides within us, leading to a more resilient and empowered life. Pain and suffering, so much suffering, often viewed as purely negative experiences, can actually serve as powerful catalysts for personal growth and transformation. By reframing pain as a messenger, we can begin to understand its role in guiding us toward deeper self-awareness. Rather than seeing pain as something to be avoided at all costs, we can recognize it as an opportunity to explore our inner selves and uncover valuable insights. Pain often signals that something within us requires attention, whether it be unresolved emotions, unmet needs, or unacknowledged fears. Encouraging viewers to invite and listen to their pain, rather than suppressing it, it is crucial for fostering this transformative process. When we suppress our pain, we deny ourselves the chance to learn from it, leading to a cycle of avoidance that can hinder our emotional and spiritual growth. Instead, by embracing our pain and allowing ourselves to fully experience it, we open the door to understanding its origins and the lessons it holds. This willingness to confront our suffering can lead to profound revelations about ourselves and our lives. Moreover, facing suffering can create the potential for rebirth and renewal. Just as a phoenix rises from the ashes, we too can emerge stronger and more resilient after navigating through our pain. This process of transformation often involves shedding old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve us, making way for new perspectives and opportunities. By confronting our suffering, we can cultivate a sense of empowerment and agency over our lives, allowing us to redefine our narratives and embrace new possibilities. The journey through pain is not easy, but it can lead to a richer, more authentic existence. As we learn to listen to our pain and understand its messages, we can foster a deeper connection with ourselves and others. This connection can ultimately lead to greater empathy, compassion, and resilience. In recognizing the transformative power of pain and suffering, we can shift our perspective and embrace these experiences as essential components of our personal growth journey. By doing so, we not only honor our struggles, but also pave the way for a more fulfilling and meaningful life. The journey of self-discovery is a profound and often challenging experience, marked by moments of both enlightenment and loneliness. One of the most significant hurdles individuals face during this transformative process is the necessity of letting go of old identities. As we embark on the path to understanding our true selves, we may find that the roles and personas we once clung to no longer resonate with who we are becoming. This shedding of old identities can be disorienting and painful, as it often involves confronting the fear of losing connections with others who may not understand or accept our evolving selves. The emotional toll of this confrontation can be heavy, as we grapple with feelings of vulnerability and the fear of isolation. It is common to feel alone during this process, as the journey inward can sometimes create a sense of disconnection from those around us. The fear of being misunderstood or judged can lead to a reluctance to share our authentic selves, further deepening the sense of loneliness. However, it is essential to recognize that this vulnerability is not a weakness, but rather a source of strength. Embracing our authentic selves, despite the challenges, allows us to cultivate deeper connections with others who resonate with our true essence. Encouraging viewers to find strength in their vulnerability is crucial for navigating this journey. By acknowledging and accepting our fears and insecurities, we can foster a sense of resilience that empowers us to move forward. It is through this authenticity that we can attract like-minded individuals who appreciate us for who we truly are, creating a supportive community that nurtures our growth. While the path of self-discovery may be fraught with challenges and moments of loneliness, it ultimately leads to a richer, more fulfilling existence. By letting go of old identities and embracing our true selves, we open the door to new possibilities and deeper connections. This journey, though difficult, is a testament to our courage and commitment to living authentically. In recognizing the emotional toll and the potential for isolation, we can also celebrate the strength that comes from vulnerability, reminding ourselves that we are not alone in our struggles. Ultimately, the journey of self-discovery is a powerful opportunity for transformation, leading us toward a more authentic and connected life. Awareness and consciousness play a crucial role in protecting us against external suffering, serving as a shield that enables us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience. True strength lies in our ability to understand our triggers and patterns, which allows us to respond to external circumstances with clarity rather than react impulsively. When we cultivate awareness, we become more attuned to the emotional responses that arise in various situations, enabling us to identify the underlying causes of our feelings. This understanding empowers us to break free from automatic reactions and make conscious choices that align with our true selves. Encouraging viewers to cultivate awareness is essential for developing emotional immunity. Just as a strong immune system protects the body from illness, heightened awareness can safeguard our emotional well-being. By paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, we can recognize when we are being influenced by external factors, such as stressors or negative interactions. This awareness allows us to create boundaries and make decisions that prioritize our mental health, ultimately reducing the impact of external suffering on our lives. Moreover, diving deep into our emotions is vital for achieving lasting resilience. While it may be tempting to avoid uncomfortable feelings, true emotional strength comes from facing and processing these emotions head-on. By exploring our inner landscape, we can uncover the root causes of our pain and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. This process not only fosters healing, but also equips us with the tools to handle future challenges more effectively. When we embrace our emotions, we cultivate a sense of authenticity that strengthens our ability to cope with external pressures. As we become more aware of our emotional landscape, we can also identify patterns that may have previously gone unnoticed. Recognizing these patterns allows us to make informed choices that align with our values and goals, further enhancing our emotional resilience. Ultimately, awareness and consciousness serve as powerful allies in our journey toward emotional well-being. By understanding our triggers, cultivating awareness, and diving deep into our emotions, we can build a robust foundation that protects us against external suffering. This journey of self-discovery not only empowers us to navigate life's challenges with grace, but also fosters a sense of inner peace and fulfillment that transcends external circumstances. The depth tax. Here's something they don't tell you. Depth comes at a cost. When you begin to question the world, you also begin to question yourself. You second-guess your emotions. You overanalyze your relationships. You search for meaning in places where others see nothing at all. You might find yourself exhausted by surface-level conversations. You might feel bored in places that once felt exciting. And sometimes you'll wish you could just turn your mind off just for a moment, but you can't. That's the tax of depth. And yet, would you trade it? Would you really give it up just to feel more normal? Or is there something sacred in seeing the world with open eyes, even when it hurts? Solitude versus loneliness. There's an important distinction we need to make here between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is the ache of disconnection. Solitude is the power of choosing your own company. Deep thinkers often feel lonely not because they lack people, but because they lack connection. Connection with others who speak their language, who think in layers, who feel in dimensions. But solitude, that's different. Solitude is where insight lives, where ideas are born, where the noise fades and your true voice becomes clear. The Stoics believed that the only true freedom was the mastery of self, and that kind of mastery often begins in silence. So if you've been feeling isolated, try reframing it. Maybe you're not lost. Maybe you're just listening for a truth that only comes in stillness. Building your own philosophy. Here's the good news. You don't need to be understood by everyone. You just need to understand yourself. Philosophy isn't about finding the right answer. It's about asking better questions. It's about crafting a lens through which you can make sense of this chaotic, beautiful, terrifying thing we call existence. Create your own framework. Build a personal philosophy that resonates with your soul. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be yours. Do you believe that meaning is created, not found? Do you believe that love is an act of courage, not comfort? Do you believe that suffering has value? Then live those beliefs, embody them, and when the world calls you strange, take it as a compliment. Connecting with the tribe, even the deepest thinkers crave connection, not with everyone, but with someone who gets it, someone who doesn't flinch when you talk about death, or the nature of consciousness, or the feeling of being a ghost in your own life. That's why conversations like this matter. That's why this community exists. You're not the only one wondering if we're just stardust learning to be aware of itself. You're not the only one who thinks silence says more than words. You're not the only one who reads ancient texts and feels like they were written just for you. There are others, quietly thinking, quietly feeling, quietly waiting for someone to say, I see you. So if you've ever felt like an outsider for your thoughts, remember this, you are not alone. And while society may fear deep thinkers, it is deep thinkers who push humanity forward. If this video resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever felt rejected for thinking too deeply? Let's start a conversation. And if you want to explore more insights from history's greatest minds, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started.